What's up, Doc? This is Urban Doc. It's 5 o'clock. It's Saturday. It's having a drink and my first smoke of the day. I've been thinking, should I tell some stories? You know, like Danny G does, and that he sits and tells how he beat 5 man up and all that, yeah, and how he ripped people limb from limb. And I was thinking maybe I should do that. But then I was thinking, no one's going to believe my stories. But then I thought, well, you've got a few stories from jail. You've got a few stories from the rave scene that are pretty funny. Yeah, well, have a go, man. Tell your story, yeah? Because really, you don't care if people don't believe you. You know what's what. So I've decided to start a new series. It's called Tales from the Jails. And this is episode 1, right? A long time ago, I was in a prison called HMP Blakenhurst. It's in Redditch, Worcestershire. Very good prison. If you know it, you know it. It was a private prison. It was run by Group 4, and there was a riot there because the chicken was pink inside. They lost control. They also lost a prisoner, and I knew this guy. They were transporting him. They took him to the service station for the toilet, handcuffed to one officer, well, they were like security guards, Group 4, and he battered him in the toilet, and then got the keys off him, handcuffed him to the pipes, and ran away, and he was on the run for ages. So Group 4 lost the contract for HMP Blakenhurst, and a new private security firm took it over called UKDS, UK Detention Services. UKDS, who are ya? That's what everyone used to bang on the door, man. UKDS, who are ya? And then one person would do it, then the whole wing would start shouting it. It was hilarious. Anyway, this prison was brilliant, you know. You got canteen 3 times a week. You got privates and... Yeah, you got privates and earnings. And the earnings in that prison were crazy, yeah? You get paid £16.50 a week for a job. And I'm sure it was either £10 a week or £12.50 a week going to education, yeah? So I just started going to education, yeah? Because education was sweet, right? You could nick loads of pens and pencils and paper and all that, take it back to yourself. And the other thing, yeah, is when you went to education, the whole prison came there. So everybody from different wings came to education, yeah. And I used to love the education, yeah. And eventually I got offered the job of education orderly, and oh my god, was that the best job ever, yeah? Because I had my own cleaning cupboard, and it had these sort of shelves, it was like a metal thing with shelves and all that, yeah. But I could climb right up on the top, yeah, lie down, and when the screws came in, yeah, they couldn't see you. They just look in empty room. I used to smoke rollies. I used to smoke weed, everything up there, yeah. So what started happening is, because I'm education orderly, people on the wing, yeah, started giving me bits and bobs to sell. You know, it used to be all phone cards and tobacco, yeah. So guy give me say 10 £2 drawers of skunk, yeah. It'd be like a spliff for £2. And then but the thing is, the guy that was giving me them, he didn't have a clue, yeah. He was making them way too big, yeah. So then I was splitting them in half and selling them. Yeah, madness. Anyway, that's not really the story. It's the story of I'm in HMP Blakenhurst, and it's about 6 o'clock in the morning, fast asleep now. I've got my job in Danny Education, so I'm getting paid, I don't know, was it £12.50, £14.50 a week, and then you get to spend that once a week, and then the money that you get sent in from your friends and family, right, your privates, you get to spend that twice in the week, so you get canteen 3 times a week. So there's a lot of wheeling and dealing going on in Blakenhurst. It was pretty good, yeah. So I'm nicely settled, man, in Blakenhurst, right? Then 6 o'clock in the morning, the door flies open, these 2 screws are there, right? And they're like, right, you. I'm like, what? They're like, right, you're getting shipped out. emergency ship out, emergency transfer they called it, I think. Yeah, emergency. I said, what do you mean emergency transfer? Because like, I was thinking, what? They know what I've been doing down the education. I was like, what? I was going, what are you on about? They're going, you're getting shipped out to another prison. I'm like, I'm kicking off, trying to go, I ain't going, nah. And they were like, right, if you don't go, you're getting bent up and taken down the block, and they will take you down by force and all that. And like, in the end, there's nothing you can do, man. You know what I mean? They're going to take you whether you like it or not. They're going to take you by force, bent up, or you can just walk, yeah? So I was just like, alright. And I was going like, so what prison am I going to then? And they said, I don't know, mate, we don't know. It's just our job to get you down ready for transport. And I'm like, alright. So like, sort of, I said, right, I can go and get a shower and all that. They're going, yeah. So in the shower, and then you can see like, there's about seven of us unlocked. And like, so I'm going like, what, are you getting shipped out as well? They're like, yeah. I was like, alright. So then we all got taken down to a room, right, a holding cell, and there was about 7 or 8 of us, yeah, all going from Blakenhurst. None of us knew where we were going. Eventually we get on the sweatbox on the van, and like, we're all chatting to each other, you know, like the radio's on and all that. And then we're going, Gov, where are we going? Do you know where we're going? And he's going, you're going to HMP Lincoln. And we're like, what? Well, everyone's, anyone been to Lincoln? Nah. Well, what's that like? Someone goes, I've heard it's a proper old prison, you know. And we're like, what? But anyway, like, you know, they turn the radio on for you, and they bring you sandwiches and crisps and drinks. It's hard to get comfortable, but you make the most of it. Just being out of the prison and watching the world go by, you know, out the window, it kind of gives you a little buzz, yeah? So you're just listening to the radio, you know, you're chatting to the lads and all that, yeah? And then after a good few hours drive and that, we end up at HMP Lincoln, and it looked like this old castle place, and like...
Alright, Liam, man, you deserve it, man. You're my friend, man.
Innit, you take care, mate.
Yeah, love you, Liam.
Safe, brother.
Love you, Liam.
Safe, mate. Sorry, that's my neighbour, just came out to pause it quickly. Where was I? Yeah, I think we just got to HMP Lincoln. And we're like going through, it looks like really old. We've all gone into a cell, right? So we can, like another holding cell. So we're all chatting again and all that, yeah? And then like eventually we've got taken to the cells, like our own cells. But I got put in with one of the guys from Blakenhurst. So what we did was us, like, there was one guy who was really quiet, yeah, he never stuck with us. But there was like a little team of us, 7 of us, and we all stuck together. So we were like 7 man up, so nobody really messed with us, yeah, because we'd all be in each other's cells, like 7 of us all chatting and that. And then we'd meet other people in the new prison, HMP Lincoln. But like, what people, there was a lot of them blue Valium, you know, them 10ml blue Valium. The doctor was giving them out to help people sleep coming off drugs, right? So what it was like, safe boss, what it was like, I was like, right, I'm going to go to the doctor, I'm going to go and blag him, yeah? Right, because I just come in the prison, I thought like I could make him think, yeah, that I'd just come in off the prison, I'd just come off drugs, and I could get like some of these blue Valium to help me sleep. And I thought, yeah, if I get them I could trade them as well, because I didn't have no job, nothing in that prison, just landed, just had my private spends, the money and the stuff that I bought. So I've asked to see the doctor, gone to see the doctor. I'm going, yeah, it's a Pakistani doctor, or no, I think he might be Indian doctor actually. And I go, yeah, what it is, doctor, is, you know, I've just come in the prison and I'm not sleeping, I'm coming off drugs, you know, I can't sleep, you know, it's doing my head in and that, please, can you help me, doctor, and that, yeah. And the doctor's, he's looked at me and he's gone, okay, mister, what I'm going to prescribe for you, I will prescribe for you starting tomorrow. My friend, tomorrow I will start prescribing. And I was like, yeah, this doctor's an idiot, mate. I'm like, this doctor, yes. So I've left the doctors, I'm buzzing now, thinking, yeah, the doctor's prescribed me like Valium, yes. Anyway, so I've gone to bed, right? And then next morning, it's like, I think it's about like 5:45 in the morning. The doors come flying open, yeah. And this is like, it happened like a couple of days before in Blakenhurst, and now a couple of days later, I'm like, what's going on? And like they're going, which one are you? He said my name. And goes, which one? I was going, yeah, that's me. They're going, right, come with me, mate. And I'm going, what? Yeah, it's like, normally when they do that, normally when they come to your cell at that time in the morning, they're taking you down the block for a nicking. Yeah, then you go down the block and they do like a little court thing in front of the governor and all that. So I thought, why am I getting a nicking and that? Like, I was like, what's going on? I've only just landed here. I ain't even done nothing yet. And so they're taking me down. Well, like as we're walking down the landing and that, I'm saying, Gov, what's going on? Because they didn't like twist me up, or they didn't like grab me like I was going to the block. They were just like, yeah, come with me. And I'm like, what's going on, Gov? They're going, oh yeah, the doctor's prescribed you a job down the kitchens. I'm like, what? He's going, yeah, it says here that you're not sleeping. I said, yeah. And it says, yeah, the doctor's prescribed you a job down the kitchens. He says, you wake up very early, work hard all day, and then you'll sleep. And I was like, oh my God, yeah. And like at first, yeah, I was thinking, oh no, this is going to be a nightmare, right? But I actually used to work in kitchens and that. I used to be catering manager, worked in kitchens, trainee chef, started off doing pot wash. So I was like, oh well, at least I get some decent food and that, yeah. And like what actually happened is in the kitchens, it was brilliant, mate, because I was getting paid, for working in the kitchens. But basically, I was smuggling so much stuff out of that kitchens, yeah. You used to like take a tray, right, and I just like used to get these packs of Alpen, right, and you could swap like I think it was 4 packs of these Alpen for a spliff, yeah. That was like the going rate, because there was quite a lot of protein, and there was proper Alpen as well, yeah. So you get people that'd smuggle, like 2 of them would put one down their sock each, and then another man would put one down their sock each. They'd get these 4 Alpens out and they'd put them together and they'd swap them for a spliff, yeah. Me, I was just getting like a carrier bag, just filling it full of Alpen, and then I'd just like make it all out flat, and then I'd put it underneath my tray. So when I went out, I've got my hand with all my tray, with my food on my tray, and then I've got everything underneath that, yeah. And then like after a while, yeah, they had me cooking the dinner because the chefs that come in, they're civilians, yeah, and I'd cook their dinner at the end of the day, yeah. They go like, knock us up something to eat, mate, and I'd go, all right, yeah. And then a few times I was proper taking the piss with how much food I was nicking, yeah, because I was like, the chicken that was left over, you could take it back to your cell and that, yeah. So I'd get all the chicken, I'd get a loaf of bread, I'd get margarine and butter and all that, and I'd get like mayonnaise, and I'd be selling like chicken and mayonnaise sandwiches on the wing. And all the black geezers are coming to me, yeah, because I'm getting eggs, I'm getting chicken, I'm getting Alpen, and they're all like bodybuilding and trying to put on weight, yeah. So I was a connect man for the kitchen, yeah. And the thing was that the civilian officers, they caught me a couple of times smuggling loads of food out of the kitchens, yeah. But they just used to give me a clip round the ear hole and say, stop it. He used to call me the crafty cockney and that. But the thing was, I was a really good worker, yeah. They said to me, they actually said to me, yeah, that if I stopped nicking all the stuff out of the stores and that, they'd make me number 1. And I just laughed, like, I think I'd rather have all the stuff out of the stores, to be honest. Even the sugar, man, the sugar and all that you could sell. So that's my jail tale. It's coming up to 15 minutes. Believe it if you want. Don't believe it if you don't want to. I don't care. It's nothing impressive. I wasn't running no wing, governing no wings and nothing. But we smashed it up in Lincoln, man. It was a good prison, yeah. I had a good time there. You got to make the most of it. Yeah, but I wouldn't recommend going to prison, It's not great. So yeah, that was my little story about how I got prescribed a job working in the kitchens, man. But I actually thank that doctor for it now. I put on loads of weight, ate good, was training. So anyway, this is Urban Doc, and I'm gone.